All right, and we are live here at the Disc Golf Podcast, the very first of its kind for Backyard Sports. I'm really pumped to get a chance to do this. Backyard Sports has not ever covered disc golf before, and I just recently, last few years, gotten into it and become quickly addicted to it. So reaching out to some of these guys to see if they're interested in talking with us, and lo and behold, I got a couple, and they're not just nobodies. These are guys who are some of the biggest names in the game. One of which signed an extension with his already home team. Another guy signing a new contract, and pretty nice one, I might say, and I think he might too. So, welcoming to the show, Mr. Zach Melton and Mr. Chris Dickerson.
What up?
How's it going?
It's going good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the comments that way. We can see those. Chris Rogers says, let's go. Chris Rogers, while I have you on, sir, I told you I would ask the question. All right. Are you going to throw a meteor, Chris Dickerson? He's saying no immediately. He's saying no immediately.
Zach's saying no.
He won't.
So I actually have a meteor. I picked up one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little more stable than I thought it was going to be, but it was also because I think of the profile. It was really stiff and domey.
They have like a smooth dome. It's not like a pop top. It's just like, I actually didn't think you would like the feel of it.
This one's a pop top.
They're a unique feel. I threw one back in the day. They have a ton of glide. Super far thrower.
Yeah. So it wasn't flippy enough for what I wanted. I may revisit it, but
maybe you just got to beat it in a little more.
I tried beating it in.
He put in the work. He put in the work. Chris Rogers says,
side of the house is brick.
Chris Rogers says, get a flat one.
That's what I was thinking. I think the dome made it a little more stable.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't describe a meteor as stable back when I threw them in 2009 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I threw the Ace Race run, which felt amazing. Remember, have you seen those green and blue with like the playing cards on them?
Before my time.
Yeah. Well, no, you really started about that. You just only claim like 2012.
I threw an Ace Race Zombie about 6 months ago, and that was a pretty unique experience. Just being able to throw that series disc was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see anybody throw the Zombie, hardly ever. But it's a pretty unique disc. I throw Innova on mids primarily. I throw an M4 Prodigy, but like my Rock 3 is pretty much my go-to. But yeah, Zombie, wasn't feeling it.
The reason why I said no is I actually assumed you would get some buzzes that got beat up and you would just like a flippy buzz.
I have a Buzz SS right now.
Okay, there you go.
Flippy.
You beat it up against the wall?
No, somebody did it for me.
Sweet.
What's his name? Zach Melton?
I wish.
It was Mac Zelton.
I would have beat it up so bad it wouldn't be throwable.
All right, fair enough. We are still talking about discs. Just for everybody just tuning in. All right, so lots of things to talk about. I mean, I want to get right into overall the offseason that we've seen this year. I think in general we've seen. This is my third offseason, I think, being interested in following disc golf consistently. And I've never seen anything like that. And everything I've seen in the past, this is not. We're seeing multiple 7-figure deals getting tossed around. We're seeing big moves, an exodus out of Innova, big gains from Discraft, of course, as well as Dynamic Discs, which, you know, Ricky returning home. That's kind of, I mean, there's so much shit that has gone on in this season. I don't really know. This is a lot to just process, and I feel like the season's already about to start, and I still really haven't. It's been a week since we've learned that Chris Dickerson has joined Discraft, but
you joined Discraft? Sorry.
A week ago? It feels like a little bit longer, but
it feels like it's been like 2 months.
Well, I don't have the inside scoop, guys. I'm just, we're one of these days, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, shoot me a text. Let me know on the down low. Let me get some exclusives in the future. You know.
Hey, do you want to know where Cat's going? I'll tell you right now. I'll break the story.
Do
right
it.
here.
Do
All
it.
right. Kobe beef. Boom. Lifetime deal.
Call it.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
Where's the beef?
Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Okay, so let's talk about Chris. Let's talk about your new deal. So
Okay.
you're signing with Discraft. You've got an opportunity to kind of build a brand similar to like what Paul Macbeth is doing with his series. What we've seen that with Paige Pierce. So what does that mean for you? What do you think is going to be like the primary disc that you want to have your name on? What mold?
The Buzz. The Buzz is the disc.
That's a good pick.
I mean, whenever most people think of a mid-range, more times than not, they think of the Buzz. So it's an honor to be able to pick a disc like that.
Seems decent.
Well,
Yeah,
again,
it's okay.
the Discraft Dickerson collectors page is sitting at about 1,100 people right now, and it's pretty nuts how quickly that came about and how quickly it's grown. And I mean, you managed to sell out, I feel like, in no time. Your very first release of the Robot Chicken.
Do you know how many there were?
I missed it.
I think there were about 5,000.
And they sold in like what, 28 minutes?
I don't know how fast it was.
I'm assuming.
But no, that surprised me
Yeah.
quite a bit, how fast they did sell out.
I don't think that should be surprising, Chris.
Oh my God. Oh, Corey. Good luck, man. Good luck.
Yeah. Respect, dude.
Shout out Lake Marshall.
Oh, here we go. He's back. This is kind of my favorite part about this is being able to post these. So overall, how is your adjustment going to the new bag? I got a chance to watch a couple shows that you've been on just since this has happened and learn a little bit more about your bag. So the Challenger OS, we talked about it the other day. That's going to be your primary putter. And then you mentioned something about an ESP Challenger OS, which I didn't even know existed until you talked about it on the Nick and Matt show. So tell us a little bit more about what you're trying to get out of the use of this disc, which is already out of production. So you've had to, I'm sure, do some hunting for some. So how's this adjustment going, and in what kind of situations do you see yourself using this disc?
So unless I'm wrong, I think they ran that for the 30th Memorial, and that was the only run that they really did for the ESP Challenger OS. Where I see myself throwing it is for most backhand overstable putter shots. Now, obviously, if the wind picks up a little bit, I'm going to throw the zone, but the little bit that I have thrown the Challenger OS, it seems like the upshot disc that I was looking for, or the driving putter.
Okay. So the comparison I seem to keep thinking of is like having the Z Luna, something like that, just your good solid thrower putter.
Yeah, so the Challenger OS is going to be quite a bit more overstable than the Z Luna. I've thrown those, and they're very straight, and they have a little bit of fade on the end if you throw them flat. So the Challenger OS, it seems like if you were to throw it flat, it's going to go, depending on how hard you throw it, maybe about 100 feet or so before it starts to kind of move to the left.
Fair enough.
If you got a noodle.
So yeah, it would move to the right at about 50 feet.
Okay, so we're talking about perfect upshot disc from like 120 and in.
That's it.
Yeah, Corey Lukey said another 120 feet, and that's fair. That is completely fair. So going with the Challenger OS as your primary putter, Undertaker for the fairways, right, and Force for distance driver.
Yep.
I mean, that's a solid bag for anybody, but the idea of putting all of that in your hands just sounds like, Zach, good luck, bud. You know, like that's
Some
tough
people get all the
competition.
breaks, man. Some people get all the breaks.
Yeah.
You're
Some
only
just
going to
come in
bag
the
3
form
discs?
Yep.
That's crazy. 3
Yeah,
discs
that's it.
taking down the Pro Tour.
That's it. He's going to take it home.
That's bold.
USDGC again.
It's bold.
3 discs. Well, I mean, look, we saw Drew Gibson almost do it with just like a putter
buzz.
and a buzz.
Yeah.
You know, and a leopard, those 3 discs. So, and then on top of that, you've been using just Prodigy bags typically until you recently signed now, and you've got the Grip sponsorship now. So, and of course, they've got some of the hottest bags on the market. However, I do love my Dynamic Discs bag. Zach,
Let's go.
it's also got a felon in it. And I'm trying to figure out the Raider. I do not have the arm for the Raider. It was a bad idea. I just need to chill out on that front. But it's good for something short and spiky turn. Just an absolute luck of a shot, probably in a high wind. But anyways,
You
the
need to try
felon
Maverick, my guy.
I need to. I think that's probably going to be my next one. When's your next Tour Series drop?
I imagine it'll happen in I don't know for certain, but my best guess is probably around March. I think is when we're gonna drop them early in the season. Probably try to get 3 or 4 runs out this year, I would imagine. So yeah, probably earlier in the year.
Well, there you heard it. Earlier in the year, Mr.
I
Lucas.
think so. I think early. 2 years ago we got them at Memorial, which is first weekend of March. So hoping sometime in March for the first batch.
I'm going to make sure and get logged in and have my purchase secure in the first 5 minutes, because apparently that's kind of the going time now on disc drops. So be sure to get in on early on that one. I'm sure if you check out, yeah, that's right. All right. So I've got Chris and Zach's Instagram on the ticker at the bottom of your screen. Be sure to check out their Instagrams to make sure you're keeping up with all the drops, all the progress along the tour.
1322.
Those are numbers.
You just chose random numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just curious.
Zach, I feel like you're poking at something. Chris.
No, I don't know. No,
is there a significance to 1322 on your Instagram?
It's a good year.
So the 13 is it was my number in high school.
Okay.
22 was my wife's number in softball in high school. So.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's nice. Everybody's like,
oh, it's absolutely adorable. Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Hard. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Zach. Right. I can't believe you didn't know that. I really can't.
Well, I'm pretty sure Chris went on Terry's show this week. What's it called? The disc golf guy, was it? What?
Yeah.
Smashbox.
He went on Smashbox and told everyone that we're not friends. So he said it. Thanks a lot for ruining a friendship, Terry.
I did say it.
Was this in between competition days? Is this in between rounds?
No, this was recent.
Oh, this was just recent, in the off season. Chris was just like, Zach, who?
I think Terry paid him to say it.
Really?
Because Terry is jealous of our friendship.
I see. Okay.
He didn't have to pay me to say
it. Big media, the big media of disc golf is out here trying to tamper. I see what's happening. Yeah.
There's tampering everywhere, my guy. Just wait till they start fining for tampering.
Here you go. Backyard Sports exclusive. We're exposing the big state in disc golf.
Dude, I want to see people getting fined for tampering like they do in the NBA. Like Doc Rivers can be like, Luka Doncic has a good jump shot, and he's like, boom, $50,000 fine. I want to see it. There's tampering everywhere.
But you also understand that the people that are going to get fined are going to be the people that are the most vocal. And Zach, I mean, my guy,
broke.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to sell all the Tour Series discs, all of them.
That's I think it's the content people want, though. They want it.
Controversy sells. There's no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you just want to see people get fined.
I do. 100%. I don't think we can call disc golf is like real and legitimate until someone gets fined.
Oh, no.
I don't know what for. I don't know if it's like.
Okay, so let me
who
ask you
knows? Who
this.
knows? I'm not-
Let's say that fines are now a thing. There's a code of conduct, so to speak. You break that, you get fined. Who do you think is the first disc golfer that will get a fine? If that was to
Calvin
happen.
Heimberg, 100%.
Okay. Chris?
For talking mean to his frisbees. You don't want that guy mic'd up.
You do not want Calvin mic'd up.
No.
Let's see.
Or Chris. I could see Chris getting fined. Yeah.
What for?
Poor conduct in the rough.
In the rough.
Wow.
I don't know what you mean.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah, I've never laid a hand on a tree before.
What about a sapling?
Those are a different story.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? He's fucking 1-0.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, that sapling didn't want it.
I told Zach
What?
if he wanted to. I told Zach if he wanted to end up like that sapling to keep talking.
He said you saw how it ended up for that guy.
I'll be 2-0.
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
Jimmy went out there to cut that thing down.
Oh,
It had to be put down after that
Wow.
beating, after
Let's
the
see.
sheer abuse.
It was like Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley.
Oh yeah, you still haven't even answered the question.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
Sorry.
It's okay. It was a solid detour.
I don't know who would get fined, but it would be very entertaining
Come on.
to see Eric Oakley get fined.
Just like in the process of getting the fine.
Yeah. It could be for, let's say it's $1 fine.
Yeah.
But just
There's nobody that
I would
fight
need
it
a
more.
reaction video.
There's
I would
nobody.
need whoever delivered this to be mic'd up with a body camera and him to open it in front of this man, because I would want to see
Absolutely.
that reaction.
Dude,
Just
you
the
could put that
sheer.
behind a paywall. We're all paying to see that. You know how high pitched his voice would get?
it would go immediately. Let's see, Ripped Revenge Challenge. Oh, I threw your putter into a tree.
Hard multiple times. You gave up on the hole just to fold my disc.
So some quick context
Anyways,
to
yeah.
that. We played Ripped Revenge, and on this specific hole,
I got you so good.
I think you said you got to pick the disc that I threw. And I think you handed me your judge.
Nope.
No?
We swapped lies. But that was after I chucked it 80 feet the wrong
You're
direction
right.
off the keypad.
Yes, he tossed it in the wrong direction into the rough and played a card where we would swap lies. And
Chris had pretty much parked the hole.
being as stubborn as I am, I didn't use my discs for the rest of the hole. I used Zach's disc that he chucked into the rough.
And he threw it extremely hard at trees over and over again, trying to ruin it. So could never throw it again.
I didn't try to ruin it. I just
you
happened
did.
to throw a couple bad shots in a row.
You've never thrown that many bad shots in a row.
Look, Zach, all I'm learning from this is that Chris has more than one way to hand out smoke. And if
All
it's
I
either
know-
if he's not going to come after you, he's going to come after the ones you love, and it's your disc.
All I
Whatever
know
it is, it's just not, it's got to be defenseless. Whatever
I
it is.
birdied the hole and he took a double bogey. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? I don't know. This is on YouTube. You
I
can
would
watch this.
I wouldn't change anything.
We need to share the link for him. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, no, for sure. Links or it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. That's a new one. I love that.
That's good.
I'm gonna steal that. I hope you know. I'm
just kidding. I've totally seen that.
I love it. Links or it didn't happen. That's fantastic.
Okay. Chris Rogers had another question. Ask him if he'll be ask Chris if he will be defending his title at the Tennessee State Championship.
Yes. That's one tournament that I look forward to every year because it's not really middle of the season. It's kind of toward the in between the beginning and the middle. But it's basically after the first kind of loop of the season. So I get to come home and spend a little bit of time around this area, and I get to play that tournament. So yeah, I always look forward to playing that, and I'm looking forward to playing the original layout at, I believe it is Frank Loreno Park.
Loreno or Loreno?
You know,
think
one
they-
or the other.
I think they call it Rotary.
Yeah, it's rotary disc golf course. But yeah,
You're
we haven't
relentless,
played the. Yeah, he just doesn't stop.
I just thought you were going to say because you're excited to play courses that HB design.
He does not relent.
Sorry, we're reading.
Yeah. What kind of advice would you give him first tournament?
Do you want us to answer Frosty Palm 33? Oh, we're muted. I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
I think you're muted.
Why am I muted?
No.
No,
I'm
I'm
back.
muted.
Yep.
Oh,
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Speaking of guys who don't know how to do sound, my wife did not set this up, and this is the problem. You know,
dang.
Dang
I was
it.
man, if he's just staring at the screen and moving his mouth like,
I know. What if we just went?
no, you guys started reading, and I thought to myself, like, I'm an idiot. I should just read this question out loud because there's probably people that are listening instead of watching. So, Frosty Palm 33 says, I have my first tournament this weekend. What advice would you give to someone going to their first tournament?
you're up
First tournaments this weekend. I would assume it's cold. So I would say,
What if they're in Florida
it's probably cold. Calvin complains about being cold.
when it's 60?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
So if it is cold outside, try and stay as warm as you can. That way you're, moving around. You're able to.
He's in Ohio. It's freezing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Stay as warm as you can.
Take a heated blanket.
Hand warmers.
Use as many hand warmers as you can, and
Portable stove.
just don't play against other people. Play against the course.
All right. My turn.
Yes, in
Okay,
statement.
Thank you. 0 expectations. Don't have any. You just go out and throw frisbees and have fun. And this is just, first tournament. This is experience. You shouldn't be out there going thinking, I'm going to try to take down whatever division I'm playing. Go out and have fun. See what happens, especially when it's bad weather. No expectations.
Did you win your first PDGA tournament?
Wow, I got second place. Thank you.
Chris, did you win that tournament?
Oh, don't ask him. No, he didn't.
I didn't win that tournament.
He didn't
No.
start playing till like 8 years later.
Dang.
Actually, that's a lie. He started playing like 2 years later, but tells everyone it was like
true.
5 years
That's
later.
not true.
He's been playing so long.
This is a rumor that Zach likes to tell
It's not
people.
a rumor.
I tell people I started in 2011, and
Not
Zach's
true.
like, "Oh yeah, he started 5 years before that."
Nah, more like 2. Definitely like 2009-ish. You had played. I don't know.
Nope.
One of his friends told me that, so
Oh my
trying to make
gosh.
sure it doesn't get swept under
You
the
guys are
rug.
like an old married couple. Yeah. It's pretty solid. It's Frosty Palm says, thanks so much, guys. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Of course. Good luck. You too.
Yeah, stay warm. I saw on Amazon they're making like battery powered rechargeable heated jackets. See,
Mhm.
that seems like be a good addition to the bag in that kind of weather.
Also,
So-
like a little electric hand warmer that charges your phone. Holla got one of those. Sorry.
Look at
To
that.
go in your heated
Yeah.
jacket.
Zach MacGyver. He's got it all, Mr. Gadget. All right. So let's talk about merch. You guys, I mean, you already have clothes of your own that come out through Dynamic Discs. And Zach, you and I had talked earlier tonight about you coming out with your own line, your own stuff that you were going to be producing yourself.
Yeah, so last winter, I had some shirts and some hoodies and hats drop through our local disc golf store, Throw More Disc Golf. Sold it through their website and, sold well, sold out, and been meaning to get another batch of that going. Just kind of been really slow about it. But yeah, usually have some stuff run through the website. So, Chris, their website, Throw More Disc Golf. Is that it? Throw More Disc Golf Store. But we usually both have some stuff kind of go up on their website. Don't you have stuff selling on their website right now?
I do have some
Wow.
stuff on their
Nice
website,
little segue.
which is Throw More Disc Golf. Store?
We don't want to get it wrong. I feel like it's different. It's not.
Should I Google it real quick just in case?
I think it's throwmore.com. Boom. Thanks, Brittany.
Throwmore.com.
Again, just
teamwork makes the dream work.
And by teamwork,
Throwmore.com.
And by teamwork, do you mean just defer to Brittany?
Yes.
Yeah, Brittany makes the dream work.
Yeah, I believe that. And same for my wife. Okay, so while we're waiting on that website confirmation, I'm gonna go ahead and I hadn't even gotten Chris. I'm sorry, I hadn't gotten to your merch and stuff. So obviously with the new rebranding, I'm sure you've got some logos in the works. Everything might be coming through Discraft. Are you gonna be partnering with anybody like Ledgestone or anybody in the future that you might be looking to try to push discs and merch through like that?
I think for now we are going to set up a website and we're going to push stuff through that. So I think for now that's going to be the only thing. That might change in the future. It might not. Just kind of depends on how it goes.
All right. So obviously we know that it's super early, but how soon do you think, just because that's another question that I have written down here later, how soon do you think merch will be available?
Ooh, we're going to say that.
Hello.
It would probably be ready March. Merchandise for the website, March?
They're getting it in like
Friday.
It'll
No. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and step in here. Miss Brittany, I got this from experience. She does not mean March or Friday. She means a month from now at least. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So they're getting it together now. I would say, like what you said, a month is probably a good guess.
It'll be there in March.
So the end of February and probably March.
It'll be a little sooner.
No, it'll for sure be there in March, though, right?
I don't have the answers.
Yeah. March 100%. Before that, we don't know.
Hey, Chris, I promise I don't have the answer is always acceptable up front. Never want to pressure you, my man. I'm just forwarding questions from the followers, man. They want to know. This is really going well.
Wow.
My first disc golf interview, and apparently y'all's too. So I'm just kidding. I kid. All right. What else do I have here? All right. You know what, Zach? I'm actually going to give you the floor here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I had this idea the other day whenever I was watching, Queen take home his win. I got to see some. I watched another one of your. I saw an Ace compilation that had some good ones from you, and so I wanted to talk about the absolute prejudice against left-handed disc golfers in the eyes of tour designers. So I want to give you the floor to kind of throw out your smoke.
Oh my gosh! Hope you guys don't have anything to do for about 20 minutes. If there were more left-handed course designers, I feel like there would be such an outrage from all these right-handed professionals, just complaining, why do I have to throw a 480-foot sidearm? Because that's what's told to me. Like the fact that Nathan took down that win with no sidearm whatsoever or forehand for these new age people who don't like people who say sidearms. I don't know. To me, it was very impressive because Nathan plays backhand only, and he is a wizard at throwing turnovers. I don't know how beat up those discs are that he throws or how old they are, but they always turn when he needs them to. It's crazy. I think that makes that win way more impressive. But yeah, like all these guys, they just throw backhands on par threes that are like 480, 500 feet. And then on the two lefty holes thrown in, it's like, oh, have a little 280-foot turnover, which they can throw a putter on. And they're like, here's your lefty hole. I'm like, oh, thanks. Everyone birdies it. Cool. This is sweet. If it'd be nice if they kind of could see what we have to deal with, but they don't. So
for that, I asked to push on the people for more left-handed course designers.
I mean, yeah,
It's the only answer, right?
Maybe I'm just gonna have to retire and start designing.
Yep. Or better yet, do it even better with zero risk. Be a consultant.
Okay, I like that.
Boom.
Yeah, you can always blame the other guy. I like that, actually.
Exactly. You're waived of any liability.
Well played. What do you think, Chris? Do you like throwing hyzers everywhere?
I like to think of it as, the few lefty shots that Zach gets throughout the year, it's all saved up for the USDGC.
Oh, wow.
We've talked about this before, and I doubt he'll admit it now, but it favors a lefty more than a righty.
Barely.
Ooh, you did admit it.
Barely. The fact that it's talked about as the lefty course.
He said it out loud.
Barely lefty friendly.
Chris, this video saves. I can send you the clip afterwards if you need it.
Heard it here first.
How many sidearm tee shots did you throw when you won? Because you won that tournament, right?
Let's see.
Did you just throw like a lot of sidearm?
Did you mean forehand, Zach?
Forehand. Sorry, my bad, guys.
At least you didn't say
You wouldn't believe
finger pop.
all the comments on social media. Like,
I'm sorry, Chris.
"Don't say
What?
sidearm?"
So there
No,
is a group of people.
he's never heard this.
You've never heard that. There's a group of people. I think it originated like a little further down south in like the Alabama area.
Alabama people.
Alabama.
I believe that.
Finger pop.
They call a sidearm or forehand a finger pop. If Matty O says it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Any of his mic'd up rounds or anything like where he was on, I think he said it during the practice round he filmed at Idlewild with German Yuli. He calls it a finger pop. Yeah. Yeah. So if you heard that and weren't sure what he was referring to, it's a forehand
or a sidearm.
So I'd be likely to hear this on some Southern Nationals footage.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Finger pop.
Nice finger pop, Matty.
You know what else I know about Alabama is that, in fact, when a man and woman in Alabama get divorced, they're still siblings. Interesting.
Oh no.
What did I say something wrong or?
No, what? Are you drinking champagne? He's popping bottles.
He's drinking French
money, man.
still water.
Mountain Valley.
Nailed it.
Spring water.
Yeah, same thing.
Aquafina.
And in single-use plastic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, speaking of fuck the world,
While we're there,
let's go into some of the good moments while we're all just going down in a fiery blaze. How about we go in about your favorite throw-ins or aces? So, Zach, I want to defer to you on the first one. Let's go favorite throw-in.
dude. So these are two separate categories: throw-in and an ace.
We'll do either or.
Well, I did happen to get my first filmed ace on coverage this year at the Lake Marshall Open. This was on the layer course. There's 3 courses on the property. The layer course is the more wooded. And yeah, there was a crew there filming and I aced. I'm trying to remember. It might be like hole 13 or 14. But it's like a 280, 90-foot shot across water. Maybe it's 300 feet. But I threw sidearm felon, side hand, forehand, finger pop, and smashed the basket. And the best part was Matt Hammerston was on my card, and he was so salty. He was like, if that hadn't hit the basket, it would have went in the water. And I was like, yeah, well, it didn't. He was so upset. He was so upset. He was telling people afterwards it was lucky. And then I called him out on. He's like, I didn't say that. I just said it could have went in the water. Love you, Matt, but you got roasted, son. Sorry, your turn.
You got roasted, and it's registered on a scorecard, son.
Yeah.
So I would just like to point out that
It was a really cool ace.
in Zach's story,
Yeah.
he said he threw a forehand, a lefty forehand.
Yeah.
that if it would have missed the basket, it would have went into the water.
That's what I was told.
So if he would have just thrown a lefty backhand, it wouldn't have went toward the water.
Well, there's water on both sides.
He's taking an obvious lefty hole and he's making it complicated.
There's water on both sides.
And this is
short,
why
and left and right.
This is why he complains about righty hole.
This is unbelievable. First of all, the wind was a right to left, so I played the wind.
Are you saying, Chris, that he does not take advantage of his advantage holes where he should be backhand, left hand?
I'm terrible at lefty holes. Terrible.
See, but now you're changing your story a little bit, Zach.
Yeah,
now you're playing that I'm
hold up,
terrible. Come on.
Chris, you've played this course.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not throw a sidearm? So we both throw sidearms.
Mm-hmm. I throw a putter.
You lie like a rug, son.
I throw a putter.
You got to be kidding me.
He throws a finger pop.
He finger pops it.
Oh, it just sounds gross. On to the next one.
How do you feel? How do you feel about side hand?
I don't mind it. I don't care about any of it as long as you just don't say finger pop. Like that's the only one that just doesn't sit right with me.
That's fair. You're gonna have to talk to Matt about that one.
I need to talk to Jesus. Apparently,
you need to get Maddie on here and be like, I need the story where finger pop originated, and then 20 minutes later, you can just be like, this is the best content on the internet.
Yeah,
incredible.
There you go. That's how I go super viral. Is just bring Matty O to the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every now and then throw in a Roll Tide. Thank you, Saban.
I can't say that.
I know
that's fair.
I literally can't. I'm Texas. I can't. It's not my 2009 hurt, man. It hurt. I can't.
Is that when Colt McCoy got hurt?
Yeah,
first quarter. And then y'all had to play with Garrett Gilbert, and it just ruined his career having to play that early because he was terrible after that, right? Sorry to bring up bad Texas stuff, but
no, it's okay, man. It's the wound's still there.
Yeah, everybody thought you had a chance, and then Colt gets headbutted in his shoulder, and then that's a wrap. He had a dead arm or something. It's crazy.
Colt should have just played. He should have just played. All right, he still could have had a perfectly good career as a backup like he does now. Just win us another natty, all right?
You know who would have played? Vince Young. He would have played on one leg if he had to.
Damn right he would have.
Had to bring up a good memory for him after the bad
I appreciate that, man. You brought me up. I needed that.
Yo,
Chris,
for real, that's like the greatest.
Chris, you know what we're talking about, right? You saw the game, right?
I didn't see it.
I appreciate the honesty.
You don't remember Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, those guys versus Vince Young in Texas national championship game? You would have been in like middle school.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't see it.
Okay. It was 2005.
Oh gosh. When
Chris, how old are you?
That was middle school.
That was middle school.
How old are you, Chris?
What?
I'm 28.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
He's a kid.
Let's see. 2008 was my freshman year of high school.
That's when I graduated.
So, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I guess, Chris, we'll get to your biggest ace real quick, but I want to get to Nanobot. Nice, subtle, 1374. Hey, Chris, Zach Raul, what do you think is your biggest weakness what do you think the biggest weakness is in your game, and how do you plan on improving that this year? I'm just going to have to continue playing. I'm never going to really intend on competing, so I'm just going to have to
specific, man.
Hey, I got to putt. I got to learn how to understand wind. I mean, I'm learning how to get consistent at 25 feet, but I'm mainly just always trying to ring up a 60-footer just because, you know?
Why not?
Nothing better. There really isn't. So, yeah, reading wind and understanding stability and how it works with the wind is probably my biggest focus to improve this year.
Nice.
So, still very well into the learning phase. So, Chris, let's go to you first. What do you want to what do you plan on improving this year?
I think what I need to improve on the most this year is a forehand. I would say getting a little bit more comfortable with throwing a distance forehand shot. So a distance forehand for me would be in the
300.
380 to 400 foot range.
You have a good sidearm.
Yeah, but it could be better.
I mean, yeah, you could be taller, but
So
I'm sorry.
I got
You have,
nothing.
you have a good sidearm. You have a good sidearm.
Right, but again, it could be further.
I would say on your sidearm, the weakest part of it would probably be with drivers. You're very good with approaches and fairways, like the overstable stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Your sidearm's been getting better this offseason. We've been playing a lot. You've been throwing it further.
Mm-hmm.
I think the FX2 is a big help there.
I actually didn't throw it that much sidearm.
Nah, I would cut his finger off.
Really? I could have sworn you had an overs or a beat-in FX2 that I saw you forehand with.
Probably an H1.
Yeah.
Was it white with like a purple dye on it?
Yep.
Boom. Go
H1.
H1.
Yep.
See, this is why Zach is here. He's keeping us all together.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'll keep that up for about 3 seconds. There we go. And we're out. Hey, Chris, Zach, I did warn you. We're uncensored. It just runs, okay? We're going to run all the way into the ground.
Wow.
All right, so let's get back to your I'm sorry. We didn't go over Zach.
Okay.
Zach, what do you want to most improve on and how are you going to do it?
I think my putting consistency, like I think I'm a good putter, but like if you look at my, let's say like the UDIS stats, I had some bad putting performances early in the year and it just kind of like skewed the stats and made it look like I was a poor putter. So I want to come out of the gates and be a lot more consistent inside circle one for sure. Because I feel like I am a good putter. It looks like I'm not based on a few tournaments. And it's kind of frustrating, but just got to put in the work and keep trying, can't get discouraged.
And then you and Calvin similarly like to cover your face with the putter. You play more of a peekaboo approach as you bring it down before you putt. I like that. That's solid. Nice little twist on it. So just keeping that in the game. You're not really focusing on changing your walk in, your form or anything like that. You're just focusing on dialing in accuracy, right?
Being a little bit more dialed. Obviously I'm a little, let's see, I'm pretty much at a year removed from surgery. I had surgery last January. And so that kind of affected like my distance, I would say pretty big time. Like just hard to kind of gain a lot of power and momentum off my lower body. So more focus on being smooth and not developing bad habits. So definitely want to, start trying to add a little bit more distance back. But I think the putting is, if you ask anybody, if you putt well, you're going to, that's the biggest key for sure. I mean, with the exception of just shanking it OB every throw, if you putt well, you're going to score well. So
I agree.
The putting's for sure big key.
There you go. You heard it here first, Nanobot 1374. Okay. So we were going to go into favorite throw-in or ace. So, Chris, what is your favorite throw-in or ace?
I assume you meant our own throw-in or ace, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Auto Wild Ace was pretty good. Even though I didn't show very much emotion on that one, I got caught a lot of flack for that.
I heard you were angry that the basket got in the way of your turnover. Sorry.
No, that's.
I'm sorry.
If I had
Not
to pick
true.
one
Not
of my
true.
favorite aces, it would probably just be a practice round ace. Any ace that I hit in front of Zach, because of how upset he gets.
There's a lot of them too.
Old married couple. I mean, just that's so the most spiteful thing I've ever heard you say, Chris.
Listen. We're playing a hybrid event here at home in Kingsport. Okay. It's like halfway through the course. There's this little stupid downhill, like 180-foot shot through the woods. Somehow Tim Barr found this hole in the woods, straight downhill. And I wasn't playing with Chris first round. He aces it. And I don't know. We may have tied, maybe had me by one, whatever. So we're on lead card second round. And we're giving them crap, but twice or it's luck. You know how I say that all the time. See something, it's everybody says it now. And tell them twice or it's luck. And this man hits a tree like 30 left of the basket, redirect, jam, dead center. Aces it again, same hole.
Same hole.
Same day. Aces, same hole twice in the same tournament. I was ready to quit then. I was ready to
Hey,
just get in my golf
Zach,
cart
do you
and
like
drive away.
apples? How do you like them apples? Yeah.
I was so mad.
What's even better for that story is the first round I didn't get in the ace pool, so I came in from one. So we came in after the first round, and I went to the tournament director and I said, "Hey, can I get into the ace pool?" And he explains to me, like, the ace, the first round is not going to count toward the ace pool. And I said, "Yeah, I understand that, but can I get in for the second round?"
So stupid.
And he says, "Yeah, but you're going to have half the chances as everyone else because you got in a round late." And I said, "That's fine."
Yep.
And then I hit the second one.
Oh man, there were a few people mad, but technically, like, I mean, as dumb as it is, it was legit. He paid for
Yeah.
it at lunchtime, and he only had the one round to try again, and he literally got another one. What happened at that tournament though? Who
The
won,
disc doesn't lie.
though? Disc doesn't
Disc
lie.
does not
for
lie.
sure, 100%.
I think you won that
Who
tournament.
did I win that tournament?
I think you did.
I
Because
think
why
Zach
else would
knows
you
he
bring it
won
up?
that tournament.
Did we go into a playoff?
I don't remember
I
if
don't
we did.
remember either.
I don't think we did.
Zach,
No,
I
you're
think
right.
you remember.
He did ace in my face though,
He did.
off a tree.
Yeah.
Could have been twice.
Got the ace bowl. Probably made more money.
we talked about a putting competition earlier before the show started, and as Zach was beginning to clown Chris on how he had placed, the only response Chris had was, "Did I cash?" And so that just goes to show you Chris's sense of competition doesn't end,
The money changed them.
and it's in all capacities of life.
You changed it, man.
Nanobot1374 says, "Thanks a lot for your answers, guys. If I can ask another question, what kind of advice would you have for somebody who wants to go pro? Also, do you think it's possible for someone who started later at around age 21 to make it that far?"
Absolutely.
Yes, it's definitely possible. I started when I was, I want to say
15.
like 17.
14.
So yeah, you can definitely, as long as you put in the time and effort, you can get there.
It's possible, man.
Let's see. Advice for someone who wants to go pro?
In the words of Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. Sorry. I figured someone would get that reference.
I thought you were going to come
Anything
in
is
with some good advice,
possible.
but
Hell yeah, I
He
get that
knew.
reference.
Call me. He knew. I forgot you don't watch anything. So
No, Chris got it. He just didn't want to, make a big spectacle about it.
he was like, "Really? You didn't answer the question?" What advice would you give? Well, for people starting out now, people who are new to the sport, they have a way bigger advantage than I think people like us did, and that is YouTube, and that is with as much content as you can physically watch. And I think one way we're seeing that is all these young kids who are really good at a young age, because these kids I call them the YouTube generation. They've been able to watch like YouTube and then copy their pros and see what pros are doing and seeing what people who are really good are doing, and then mimic that and put their own twist on it, and they're getting good really fast. When I started playing in like 2008, there were like 3 videos on YouTube for disc golf. You know what I mean? There's like that. I bet you've watched it. The Mark Ellis, the Discraft clinic thing where he talks about certain shots, and I don't know. And then there's the distance contest. Remember what like Barsby was with Discraft and a young Yuli. There weren't very many videos on YouTube is what I'm getting at. And now I feel like they have as much tools as they want to get better. So you're seeing people get good really fast because they have all that knowledge at their disposal. So my advice is get out and play as much as you can and watch as much as you can.
That's pretty much all I've done is just watch a lot. That's how I've managed to kind of, aside from just working it out there on the course, that's been the best tool is just being able to watch or listen or any kind of discussions about it. It's addictive for sure. And, we talked about wanting to, Zach and I got a chance to talk before the show, and we talked about loving what you do and the difference between, when this career becomes a job rather than just kind of a hobby that you're doing well, that you're, that you're invested in. This is your lifestyle, it's your career, but it's tough to continue doing something when you don't love it. So it's I think it takes a lot of investment for you guys early on, and it looks like it's really kind of paid off for both of you guys. And Chris, with your new deal, you got the new RV. You're going to get a chance to get a little bit more comfy lifestyles. You're going to travel and see some more tour dates. So what is your favorite tour stop here on the upcoming season?
The upcoming season adds back an event that was taken off of the tour that I really enjoyed. Well, not an event, but a course. So WR Jackson is hosting I got this wrong in another interview, the Champions Cup. I almost did it again. So, yeah, we used to play the Hall of Fame Classic at WR Jackson and I think Steady Ed. But now it's back for the Champions Cup.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Love that course.
Zach, what about you? What is your favorite stop you're looking forward to this season?
Honestly, kind of gave it a little shout out earlier, but Lake Marshall, it's a hidden gem up in Virginia, Montrose, Virginia. It has been one of our favorite places to play, which I think I can speak for Chris. I think he likes it a lot as well. We first visited it 2017, when they only had like parts of both courses.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see how much it's grown, how much work they put in. And I believe last year it was an A tier. It was an A tier or B tier, but it is going to be a silver series at the end of October this year. And the points for it are going to go to 2023. So technically it's a stop on the Pro Tour. So I'm very excited for more pros to get out there and check it out and get to see kind of what we've been talking about for the last several years of how special that place is.
It's going to get a little bit more attention this year for sure. So
well deserved too. Well deserved.
Yeah, and you're going to get to see Joe Mez and GK and everybody else coming out.
For sure.
You go, Nanobot saying thanks. So a few tournaments back a couple years ago, I was watching some footage on, and Chris had AirPods while he's playing. So what is something that you listen to while you're in the middle of competition? Or is this just like I need to be distracted from the people around me, someone on my card?
So the music that I listen to for, AirPod rounds, I can't answer a question without this guy doing something. The music I listen to is predominantly country music, but it also has a little bit of Eminem, a little bit of Linkin Park,
Lil Wayne,
some every now and then, but mostly those three: Eminem, Linkin Park, and then just country music.
Country music in general. So give me 3 country artists you listen to right now, just top of your head.
Okay. From the last tournament I used AirPods in, I listened to Hardy, Tracy Lawrence, and I say Alan Jackson.
That's solid.
That's a good ratio of old school to new age.
Mm-hmm.
Hardy is more of the fuckboy variety, I would say. But he is, you know what I mean? He's kind of the bros of today. But yeah, it's good stuff. Nashville and Texas are much different variants of country. I think that's also probably fair.
That can be true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Corey Lucas says Chris runs with Upchurch.
I've never listened to his music. I've seen scrolling through YouTube that he makes music, but haven't listened to it.
Who?
Upchurch the Redneck, I believe is his name or something like that.
Yeah, something.
I don't know. Oh, Morgan
Do you
Wallen,
always-
Chris Rogers
do you-
says.
Do you always listen to music?
No.
Or is it just
What do you mean always listen to
like
music?
every round? You always wear earpods?
No, not every round.
No.
Just every now and then.
Fair enough. All right. I guess we'll move on to that. Zach, do you ever wear AirPods whenever you're playing?
No,
That's not true.
Oh,
while I'm playing.
Yeah, I've seen.
I mean, like when I've practiced by myself, sometimes I'll have them in, but sometimes I just play music like on my phone out loud. But,
never during a round though.
Tournament round? No, I don't think I ever have.
Chris, fact check.
No, I don't think I ever have.
I don't know. I was just calling him out and seeing what his answer would be.
No, because I like to talk and converse with the card mates and give people shit, and it's hard to do that while you have earbuds in. So
that's not true.
I mean,
it's not true.
Ignoring them doesn't count.
I feel like Zach would be the first one if they started handing out fines. Zach would be the first one.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if I just start playing earbuds and every time they say something, squawk, what? Just like yelling. Does that count? Oh. Did he mute himself again?
I did. God, I'm so dumb.
I remember my first podcast.
Dude, it's my first disc golf podcast, asterisk. There we go.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm fangirling right now. I'm a mess. All right, so Jacob Taper, kind of segueing us into something that I did want to ask you, Chris. So you were pretty open this last season about kind of your bouts with anxiety and just dealing with the stresses of being on tour and being in the moment, the competitive edge that you've got to maintain to win, right? And so you kind of alluded to it earlier with the ace that you had, the solemn face, and everybody kind of gave you shit about it. So, which, obviously isn't fair. So what have you been working on this year? Do you think, what are some tactics that you use on the course to kind of deal with that anxiety aside from beating up a sapling?
So I almost made it with a straight face. So for me, it's kind of different. My anxiety comes into play whenever I'm off the course and I don't have anything to do and my mind just continues to wander. On the course, though, it's kind of like meditation for me. So it keeps my mind focused on what I'm there to do. So, yeah, as far as disc golf, whether it's a very stressful situation or just the first round of a tournament, it helps me be at ease. It helps me be calm. So, yeah, a little different than most.
I would say a decent amount of people probably have like performance anxiety, like nerves, basically, is what it gets called a lot. I mean, some people deal with them well and some people struggle, but everybody's kind of got to do their own thing, figure out what works.
Yeah, I do think that there is a difference between nerves and anxiety.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the same thing.
Nerves are certainly like kind of in the moment, whereas anxiety is more the anticipation of something. But so what is something that you do, Zach?
One thing I've done on the course that I feel like has been a huge help is it's pretty simple. It's kind of sounds dumb to say, but just breathing, and like to be more specific, full body breathing. It's something I picked up from Seth Munsey with Disc Golf Strong, and it's just kind of focusing on that breathing and kind of expanding like your diaphragm and just focusing on the breath. And whether you take 5, 10 of them, 20 of them, just sit there and kind of focus on that, and you just kind of stop wondering about everything else. It kind of just calms you down. And that's one thing that's been a big help for me when I get into tournaments and situations where I do feel those nerves.
Disc Golf Strong really kind of growing in popularity amongst the touring professionals that I've seen. Everybody's kind of working alongside those guys and getting in shape and kind of fine tuning the body to go and do this for an extended period of time. You guys are doing great. So I wanted to get into final question of the round, and this is purely going to be for Zach. I know we've been going for an hour. It's 11 o'clock. So I do appreciate y'all's time. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm surprised you guys are being this patient with me at this point. So, Chris, feel free to join in if you want, but I've got a divisional round here for playoff predictions from Mr. Zach Melton. So, before we get to your situation over here, let's talk about the Bills Chiefs
Okay.
partners in the AFC. Who do you have winning?
So I feel like one of the big advantages that Buffalo and Kansas City both have is their home field advantage is cold. It's trashy weather. It's terrible. And I think through like the first 5 or 6 weeks, the Bills looked pretty solid and the Chiefs looked pretty terrible, and they've kind of reversed roles. But I think the Bills are going to ride out that momentum from stomping Belichick into the ground. I would not be surprised if they beat Kansas City.
And
I would
that was
like to see it.
clinical.
It was the first perfect game ever, I believe, in playoff history, right?
Yeah,
NFL
touchdowns
history.
to the knee.
Only touchdowns, no punts, field goals, nothing. I don't know why, but I kind of like Buffalo over Kansas City. I think it'll be a very good game because Kansas City has started playing better. But I'm gonna go with Buffalo with the upset.
They're definitely on the uptick, but yeah, the Bills I think are the young, strong horse that I'd probably be betting on there. Chris, any objections?
At this point, I'm just kind of here to play devil's advocate a little bit. So,
Okay,
Do
so
it.
Chiefs.
Play it well.
well, no. More of a question for Zach. So, since both teams are used to playing in harsh weather, you said that it gives them an advantage, but since they both have that advantage,
Right, that's what I meant. I meant
The playing
say,
field
like,
is level.
no one really gets. I'm pretty sure the Buffalo game, like against New England, it was like 5 degrees, and then wind chill was like -7. And I'm sure Kansas City's going to be just as cold.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick was still out there shirtless.
Still
That
out
man
there
is-
shirtless,
That man
cheering
is
on his
all
team,
time.
man. I
That man
saw
is
that.
all
I
time.
saw that on your story. You said the hero we don't deserve.
That's right. I'm serious, man. We never deserve that man.
Some fans looks just like him, shirtless out there, 5 degrees, -7 wind chill.
that's commitment.
Miserable.
49ers Packers. This is going to be another good one, but do you think anybody is stopping Aaron Rodgers on his way to the Super Bowl?
Man, you know what though? Like he's talented. Everybody, I'm not going to say he's not good because he's great, but he's only got one Super Bowl. He doesn't always deliver. He's literally only done it once. So I kind of think he gets a little slight too much praise, in my opinion. I still say he's one of the 2 best quarterbacks in the league this year. But
Who's the other?
Hey, Chris, who's the other?
Well, let's say top 3: him, Pat, and Tom Brady. Kind of bailed out there.
Still Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Brady's like 48, and he's still
Brady's
amazing.
still good. He's still
good.
He's going to be 57 and still just like shattering records that are his own.
Yeah, he's going to set all these passing records, and like no one's going to be able to get anywhere close to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was going to be my guess.
Yeah,
Tom Brady was going to be my guess for the other.
Yeah,
good call.
Yeah,
good call.
Pat Mahomes should be, but he kind of didn't deliver the whole year. So I would say this season, Tom and Aaron were the 2 best quarterbacks.
Yeah,
but,
Pat was kind of on a milk carton for most of the season.
Yeah,
I don't really
I would
understand.
say, man, I'd love to see San Francisco upset, especially with the way they're physical and they run the ball. Because I kind of want to keep the narrative going of Rodgers doesn't deliver, but it's in Lambeau and they've been playing really well. So I do think the Packers win this game,
and they've had some rest.
Yeah, I think they win. Even though
So-
San Fran's they play a mean, different kind of ball. No one really plays like that.
Well, yeah, I think Shanahan's finally found his quarterback. It just depends if Jimmy G is going to be there next year, which I don't think he is. So, Rams Buccaneers. This is another feisty matchup.
Your boy Tom.
Yeah, Chris, your boy Tom. Touchdown, Tommy.
I think the Bucs win, even though they're down some weapons. They're at home, and dude, the Rams. Everybody was on that hype train when they got Stafford, and he's just. If you take his season compared to Jared Goff, what was that, 2 years ago when he got into the Super Bowl with 3? Not much difference, really. He's kind of just been more of a game manager for them. When he does too much, he usually loses the game, which It's kind of been the case kind of towards the end of the year where they lost a couple they should have won. But I'm going to go Bucks. I kind of hope I'm wrong because I'd love to see a great game, but I think Bucks win.
I think that's probably fair, just the home field advantage alone. And then, of course, we're talking about Tom Brady in the postseason. So,
I mean, maybe Stafford proves us wrong, but this is his first time there. He just got his first playoff win. So
I would say that the Rams with Matt Stafford at the helm are Super Bowl champs in the next few years, but it's not this year.
Nah.
Chris nodding his head in agreement.
What do you think? Tom? Tom all the way.
I'm just here to add as little valuable input as I can.
I mean, can you at least tell us the colors of their uniforms?
Which one?
Buccaneers.
Red and black.
There we go.
Rams in blue and yellow.
There you go. Yeah, he's as much as like 70-80% of the people who watch games.
Listen, I played video games growing up, so I know the colors of the uniform.
You played Madden?
I played Madden.
RIP. Hard to believe that happened, but
yeah.
I didn't think he was ever going to die. But
I think you're muted again, by the way.
Ever.
Thricer is luck.
Dude, the mic is not lying. So,
first of all, on a side note, sorry, what's more impressive, what Tom Brady's doing or what LeBron is doing? Because I feel like what both of them are doing at their ages and their sports is kind of never happened before. Ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've been able to argue that Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time for a long time now, but LeBron is finally just now getting to I'm better than MJ. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we're at that point.
Yeah. I don't mean like, I guess not really legacy. I'm talking about like physically what they're still able to perform at like a top level. Because LeBron doing this in year 19, and I saw something like some stat, and it's like it compared his first 3 years versus last 3 years, and like you would argue he's better now, and like that's just no one does that 19th year in the league. That just doesn't happen. What is happening over there?
Well, things are definitely getting a little
but also what Tom's doing, man. Nobody plays it. What is he, 45, 44, 45?
Yeah, which in NFL years is like 115. So it's pretty impressive.
There have been a couple guys who've played into their 40s, but they're not like second best quarterback in the league. Like that just, I don't know. It's pretty wild.
Right. And the people you do think of are like Brett Favre, who, you look at him now and you know that they're not all there anymore. So, all right. So let's get back to your round and then we'll let you guys go. It's getting late. I'm sorry. So Bengals Titans. So are your Titans Tennessee boys? Are the Titans gonna pull it off against the Tiger King?
What do you think, Chris?
Yes.
Absolutely. They got King Henry back. He's coming back. They didn't have to play him in the season finale to get home field advantage. They won without him. So he got that like extra 2 weeks rest, and they're at home. So I think they're going to win. I know Burrow and those receivers are good, but what's the odds they win 2 games in a row in the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm rolling with Tennessee.
50%.
I think. No, more than that.
They either win or they lose.
Yeah, you're right. Well, but yeah, she didn't like that. But she didn't like that at all. Oh. Chris hates cats.
So what you didn't see off camera was as soon as I let go of the cat, the dog came in and kind of
body slammed her into the refrigerator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going Titans. 100%.
It wasn't a sapling. Otherwise, I would have just assumed that you were punching it.
I mean, that's fair.
It's fair. So that poor cat just getting bulldozed. In the wake of talking about getting bulldozed as a quarterback for 20 years. So, yeah, I mean, the avenues that they're pioneering, just the idea that these people are able to produce greatness so late into their career, I think it speaks to probably the changes in the league and how they're able to play. Like, things were rougher 30 years ago than they are now, in both sports. And then I think the advances in medicine, the training, and the amount of investment from the player on themselves. I mean, the amount of money that LeBron James and Tom Brady probably spent on themselves to be in peak physical condition at that age is probably more than I'll ever see in my lifetime. You know?
I think D. Wade said LeBron puts millions into his body in a year. And
I believe that.
It pays off. Yeah, and I'm sure Brady does the same thing. Look at him. He looks better than he did when he was a rookie or, second year when he was.
Yeah, no, he
looks amazing.
He was 10 ply soft in his combine footage.
Dude, that pig is funny when they compare it to him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, I think that's everything that I had. I do appreciate you guys tuning in, sticking with us for an hour and almost 10 minutes now. For everybody that tuned in, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to check out Backyard Sports for more. We're going to be covering this tour season. Guys, I thank you guys for coming on the show. Is there any parting words, anything you guys want to plug you got going on in your life you want to talk about?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you
or-
go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
I'm just going to copy what you say.
Yeah, I don't think you will. But
Plug
somebody started a tradition. They would buy one of Zach's tour discs, and then they would ask me to sign over top of it. So I'm really looking forward to doing that more this season.
My rebuttal to that is I need new friends.
Yeah, if you want to post something on your story sometime with a good P.O. box for us to mail that to, I'm sure we can facilitate some Tour Series discs for both of you, because I feel like it should be a fair playing field. Zach, I
Yeah.
feel like you should be
Yeah.
able to sign those. It's a two-way street.
Just so you people know, I will sign all over a Chris disc. As large as I can, right-handed, we'll make it one of one.
So the only reason that hasn't happened yet is because has anybody asked you to do it?
You just woke up today and chose violence.
Yikes. Somebody Google the nearest burn center. Yikes.
No. So
Throwing shade.
what's his name?
Doug.
Doug, last name.
There you go.
So he
Here.
usually walks up
Here's
to
the
Zach
picture.
and
I don't know. Hopefully this will pick up. So he posted a picture. He has he's got like a fundraiser disc and 2 Tour Series discs. And he basically asked my 3 best friends to sign them, but he had them sign it in a very particular spot. Does that show up?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Very
Like
well
I said,
done.
I need new friends.
yeah, and the best part is he doesn't get the disc from Zach and then walk 100 feet and ask us to do it.
Straight
He does it right in front of him.
Straight
So
garbage. Oh, love you, Dad.
you know,
suck.
that's why I wake up in the morning. Times like that.
What a great, yeah, that's really heavy to put on waking up in the morning.
Stupid.
Interesting. Zach, what do you have for us?
Oh, I'm gonna burn it all to the ground. Yeah. Please, someone with a Chris signature disc, have me sign it. It'll make my day. We'll take a picture together. I'll post it. We'll become like top 5 friends immediately.
So, and it's not to be
Please.
specific. To
Please.
be specific, it's not just for him to sign one of my discs. He's done that many times in the past. It is to specifically ask to sign over either my signature or my stamp or anything like that.
Please.
Yeah, whatever makes it uniquely yours. Yeah.
I'm gonna be rocking that super thick Sharpie this year. It's gonna be in
Yeah,
the
the
bag
king- the
just in
king
case someone
size.
comes up.
Yeah.
In case, and all I need is
Chisel tip.
one person come up to me. I'll do it. The new Chris buzzes. ESP.
You know what? After
all
this, I
super
would say go
fancy.
into your store and drop your PO boxes so we can probably mail some out.
Come here.
So, and to be clear,
Son of a mini of mine.
Oh,
I didn't intend that to be the burn that it came off to be.
So cool.
I'm sorry that it worked out
Okay.
that way.
Brittany goes.
I believe
know,
that. Of course she did.
After
Appalled.
it came out of my mouth, I read the room, and that wasn't how it was meant to be.
Freudian slip, I believe.
Wow.
But no, I'm gonna be honest. If I were to say it and mean it that way, I would tell you. But I didn't mean it. That was an accidental burn.
2 for
See,
1.
he's
sorry.
able to hand out smoke without even trying, is what I'm learning.
Almost a classic 3 for 1.
He's dangerous, folks. He is absolutely dangerous. He's a threat to anyone around him. Zach, I hope you're able to.
Everybody thinks Chris Dickerson is so nice. Robot Chicken City.
Evan Dorson. There we go. He said I volunteer as tribute.
Was it? Is it?
Look at this. Look at this, Zach. Corey says I've got 2 that'll be here tomorrow.
Oh,
Come on.
Corey.
Let's
I will
see.
see you soon at VTI, my guy.
This unintentional smoke, Chris, that
Oh,
you've just
man.
brought on yourself.
Done.
That's fine.
Done.
That's
It's gonna be good.
Done.
Well,
Done, Joe.
I think before he ruins a friendship, Chris, I think we should go ahead and just call this episode to a close. Very first episode of Backyard Chains here, Backyard Sports. Chris Dickerson and Zach Melton, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me late tonight. And good luck this season. I'm looking forward to watching you guys.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks, man.
All right, take care, guys. We'll see you next week.